Today's conversation is a powerful reminder that leadership often begins with solving a real problem right in front of you. Our guest started her career as a Wall Street business analyst, but when a turning point came, she helped organize a co-op board that transformed and saved her building more than $340,000. That moment sparked a new mission, helping co-op and condo boards across New York City increase property value, improve governance, and make smarter long-term decisions. She's now the founder of the Folsom Group, an advisor to boards across New York City, and the author of a book designed to help property leaders start with the end in mind.
Was the worst year for a lot of us for our mental as well as physical health. So joining us this morning is best-selling author, coach Lisa Goldenthal.
Hello and welcome. I'm Lisa G, your host. You're at the top of your game, yet the game is changing faster than ever. Strategies that got you here aren't the ones that'll keep you here. The pressure is relentless, and the fear of obsolescence looms large. That's why I'm here. Welcome to the new podcast series, Disruptive: How to Be Gritty and Unlock Performance in Business, Mindset, Wellness, and Success to help you master disruption.
Thanks for coming, and I'll see you soon. Welcome back to the show. Today's conversation is a powerful reminder that leadership often begins with solving a real problem right in front of you. Our guest started her career as a Wall Street business analyst, but when a turning point came, she helped organize a co-op board that transformed and saved her building more than $340,000. That moment sparked a new mission, helping co-op and condo boards across New York City increase property value, improve governance, and make smarter long-term decisions. She's now the founder of the Folsom Group, an advisor to boards across New York City, and the author of a book designed to help property leaders start with the end in mind and create lasting value. I know we spoke about that before, so I'm so happy to welcome to the show Tina Larsson.
Thank you so much, Lisa Goldenthal, or Lisa G.
Lisa G, I mean, I just feel like we're kindred spirits because we both like to start with the end in mind. So let's jump in a little bit to your story and bring some context. You began your career on Wall Street. What was the actual turning point that led you into real estate and co-op board advisory work?
So, what led me from Wall Street to board advisory?
Right.
That was when our HOA fees were increasing every single year. And we thought that the board was doing a terrible job. They
Wow.
had lawsuit after lawsuit, and they didn't reply. They were not even nice people. And we said, enough is enough. So my husband, myself, spoke with some of our neighbors, and they felt the same way. So we organized a coup.
Ooh.
Took over the board. Yeah, so we took over the board, and in the first 3 years, as you said, we were able to save our building $340,000. It's 10% of the annual operating budget for our building.
That's incredible.
Yes. So when I was out networking, you know how much everybody wants to meet another financial advisor.
I can
So,
imagine.
so I started introducing myself as I helped my co-op save $340,000, and all of these people said, "Can I introduce you to my board?" And that was
Wow.
12 years ago on Thursday.
Well, congratulations. What leadership lessons came out of that experience?
Leadership lessons. Well, leadership lessons are don't take no for an answer. Just because it's always been done that way doesn't mean that it should be done that way. It's a completely different world we live in today than we even
Right.
lived in yesterday.
Right.
Right. And there are so many processes, so many automations, so many tools that you can use So there's no reason to do something in a backward way when you don't have to.
That's so
And
smart. That's like one of my least favorite sayings is, well, it's always been done that way.
yeah, mine too. I'm like,
Like a
yeah, but it's
dinosaur thinks that way.
yes, exactly. And we don't want to be dinosaurs. We want to be. So what we do is that we help boards operate more efficiently using modern tools and setting up better processes. So kind of similar things that you do in a way, but it's
Yeah.
just, yeah, but it's just to a different target, a different clientele, but we do very similar things. There's no reason to not do things better.
I love that we're kindred spirits on so many levels, Tina. I'm glad we met. And I want to talk about value creation for boards with many boards like you guys were struggling with the long-term planning. How can you help co-op owners and condo boards start with the end in mind and create clarity around property value growth?
Yeah, clarity is a big one because, as you know from serving executives, they have, well, maybe they don't have clear end in mind, right? So providing that clarity is really where it goes, and that goes where it is a discovery call. So in your case, they might not have the clarity where or the end in mind, but they this is their full-time position. In my case, co-op and condo boards, they're volunteers. So this is actually on their spare time. And you know how much we all have spare time, right?
Yeah, what's that?
So focusing on clearing things, getting clarity and discovering that on your full-time profession is one thing, but doing that in your spare time on something that is not your primary business or thing or activity, it's not as easy. So it needs a lot of structure in developing that. Very often we speak with boards and they have no idea. We say, do you have a goal? Do you have a plan? Do you have it? And they don't.
Right. Well, I love that you bring up structure because that is it, isn't it?
Yes, it's structure. And our process is very structured. What is it that you really need? What are you trying to achieve here? Are you trying to achieve a 1 year plan? Are you trying to achieve it? Or could we potentially bring that into a 5 year plan? Would a 5 year plan be better?
Yeah. Clarity is one of my favorite things too. And let's look at what are some of the biggest mistakes boards can make that are like quietly reducing property value and how can they quickly correct those?
Quickly corrected, it's probably not the exact term I would use.
Okay. Let's just go with correctly. Correct.
So one of the items is that very often old buildings they come with a lot of problems. Okay.
Right.
So they have old systems and they need to replace them. But it's very difficult for boards on their spare time to be able to fit that into their busy schedule. So therefore, very often, not always, but very often, they only take care of emergencies.
Right.
And then it's very difficult to dig yourself out of if you're always in reactive mode and only taking care of emergencies and you're spending extra time, extra resources, extra money because they're emergencies. And that's one of the things that we always our end goal is to help them with the end goal being to operate in a proactive mode so that we're taking care of things before they become an emergency.
I love it. There's so many parallels between executive coaching and board leadership because it's like so many times you're putting out fires, you don't have systems in place for efficiency with technology and cutting costs. And I love all of the parallels. And when the boards can get aligned around the strategy, what performance or financial improvements do you typically see?
Um, so we see a lot of savings. We see savings when it comes to any of the bigger repair projects, because starting early and planning it well save them a lot of money. When it comes to ongoing operating costs, we typically reduce their operating costs by 5 to 10%. But when it comes to the long-term planning, it's very difficult to quantify it because we don't know if we take care of it this year and the deadline is 2 years from now, they're not going to pay a premium and maybe even fines because they don't get it done in time. So we're doing it now, but because we do it now, we don't actually have a quote of how much it would be if it was then.
Yeah, well, ROI can also be hard to track, but when they see those cost savings, like that's a huge win. It doesn't always have to be $340,000, but just seeing the day-to-day costs go down, that makes it worth it right there. And I guess I'd love to jump into your book and your broader mission, like what actually inspired you to write your book and who did you most want to help?
So I wrote my book, Living the High Life, available on Amazon, because the worst case scenario of emergencies, and I know you spoke about fires. Since I deal with buildings, I don't like to use that
Oh, sorry.
term.
Yeah, I get it. I
No, no,
fully
no, it's fine. You can use it. It's just
I
that
won't use the F word.
I I normally say take care of emergencies.
Got it.
And so so what happened was that the ultimate worst case um emergency is really the collapse of the condo in Surfside, Florida. Since our mission and my mission is to provide the support and the tools to help boards operate proactively, which is the ultimate goal, right? So we
Right.
take it the worst case scenario that happened, and then this is the best case scenario. And I said to myself, I have to write a guidebook for New York City co-op and condo boards on how to get from here to here. And then my editing team, they said, why do you want to limit yourself to that? Why don't you want to write it to every single HOA owner in the country, which turns out to be 66 million people? And I'm like, yeah.
Why not?
So it is a guidebook for HOA owners. There are some specific items that are specific to New York, but it has stories, it's a guidebook, it has tools, and it talks about how it works and who is responsible for what. It talks about our crew and how I don't take no for an answer and how I network.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're awesome at all of the above. I guess the final question that I would love to dive into is like if every board leader and HOA implemented just one principle in your book this year, what would create the biggest impact?
From my book, the biggest takeaway would be get to know your your neighbors, the residents in the building, find out their skills so that you can recruit them, so that every board member is involved and every board member is actually contributing as opposed to just one board member doing everything. You know how, remember, I don't know if you remember working on a team when you were in school and you're the one who had to do everything. So and that's typically
Like
how
that kind
boards
of
are.
person. Who is that person?
Yes. So to get everybody on board and recruit board members who really want to roll up their sleeves and do all the right things for the building, because that would really take the building to a whole different level.
Wow, I love that teamwork approach. It's fabulous. And for leaders, say like who are serving on boards or managing shared properties, um, where can people like get a hold of you and find out more awesome Folsom Group Tina Larsson activities?
I thought you never asked, Lisa. So you can find our website is www.thefolsongroup.com. I'm very active on LinkedIn. I'm Tina Larsson. And you can check out my book on Amazon.
Well, pleasure having this conversation. I look forward to speaking again soon. Thanks for being a great guest.
Thank you. Thank you for having me, Lisa.